It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we've got two teams who have both brought Baltimore a Super Bowl. It's the Indianapolis Colts and the Baltimore Ravens under the lights on Monday night.
Built on the side of a former piano factory, there's been plenty of music made on the field here in the decade since it opened back in 1998. Welcome, everyone, to M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore. Joined by a former NFL quarterback up in the booth, Mr. Brock Heward. I'm Kate Scott, and Brock, you can brag if you'd like to, because I know you had quite the big arm in your days with the Huskies and the Seahawks in Seattle. Well, we've got a couple of quarterbacks here who also know how to push that football down the field.
Yeah, you got a couple QBs who are going to keep these defenses honest today, because the moment they get greedy in coverage or get too aggressive in the pocket, either of these quarterbacks can drop a dime, drop a deep throw right over him for big yardage, and maybe 6 points too.
We're just seconds away from getting this one started, and we're underway from the bank. On the return, here comes Justice Hill. Some good work on that return. Brock gets this up to the 33. So the Ravens offense taking over for the first time here. And they're brought out by someone who is the modern example of an elite running quarterback, the multiple-time MVP, Lamar Jackson.
A decade plus before Lamar, it was a guy named Michael Vick who was the standard for dual-threat quarterbacks. Well, today, that standard is Lamar Jackson, who at his best is an MVP-caliber player and the most exciting player, not just at his position, but in all of football. And don't let that running overshadow the strides he's made as a passer, too, in the pocket and as a franchise quarterback to build upon.
Lamar off the play fake. Flushed out of the pocket. He's keeping it. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that, and it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. Lamar back to throw. This is caught by Isaiah Likely. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Here's Lamar. That's incomplete, trying to set up the screen there.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Lamar now from the gun. Escapes the pocket. He's stepping up and takes off with this one. And that will not be enough for a first down.
You know, that's a situation. May have worked out better if he'd thrown the ball. His running ability gets him a chunk of yards, but still some work to do to get that first down.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. They'll run it from the gun. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag. Well, partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. Backed up now after the penalty. It's 3rd down. Shotgun snap to Jackson. Complete beyond the marker. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. It's a 31-yard play. And that'll be first down, Baltimore.
You can't start a fire without a spark. Well, how about a lightning bolt? What a huge gain that totally changes the tone of the drive.
Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play. Play clock down to 0, and the flags come out. Must have lost sight of the play clock there, Brock, because the quarterback could have snapped it in time, but instead, they take the penalty. Set him back 5. It's 1st and 15 after the penalty. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. Off the mark there, incomplete pass. Well, no look on his first look of the game, so now it's 2nd and long. Jackson, quick pass wide. It's inside the 10. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
Yeah, I love that effort, adding as much as possible to that catch while earning the 1st down. That's called yards after catch, and it's what coaches want from all their pass catchers on the roster.
Hill punches it in for the Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens finish up an excellent opening series. No doubt about that one, Brock. They softened that defense up with that lengthy opening series, and then the front just couldn't stand up to the run as they reached the end zone.
Yeah, the numbers tell you, kind of just like baseball, you love home runs, you love explosive plays, but when you can play small ball and you can keep that defense gasping on the field, you can often run it right down their throats in the red zone.
Now they'll try to knock the extra point through. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Ravens will jump out to a 7-0 lead. The Ravens kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. Here's a return from the 7. They'll bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. So now the Colts getting their first opportunity on offense in this game. Bringing them out to 4th overall pick in 2023 out of Florida, a super athlete at quarterback, Anthony Richardson.
I don't think it's hyperbole to say that when Anthony Richardson came out of the draft out of Florida, he was the greatest all-around athlete we'd ever seen at quarterback. 240 pounds, running 4.4, jumping 40 inches. He was the envy of defensive ends and linebackers that couldn't put up those numbers. Now, it's taken all those athletic traits and squeezing them into the quarterback position, maximizing all that physical talent to become the superstar he can be.
And he's caught after a gain of about 2. The rangy Kyle Hamilton getting there for the stop. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
I can promise you, that's not what it looked like on the practice field nor on the whiteboard. Typically, QB run is going to net you a whole lot more yardage than that. But let's give some credit. Strong effort by that defensive front who contained a play that typically goes for a whole lot more.
It's a completion to Michael Pittman Jr. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it'll be 1st down, Colts. Shotgun snap now to Richardson. It's caught. Warren. We'll have him gain up about a handful there. Nate Wiggins getting up to end that play. All right, here we go. 2nd down. Working from the gun, it's Richardson. That one finds Josh Downs. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They got 24 yards on the play. And it's good for an Indianapolis first down.
You know, he never stared him down, but that was such a good job by the quarterback to keep his eyes downfield. Keep working as that shallow cross. Those crossing routes so devastating for zone coverage.
They'll throw again. Richardson has him on the quick hitter. And he gets this down inside the red zone before going out. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the shotgun, it's Richardson. Warren's got it, complete. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Look up contested catch in the football dictionary, and you'll see that. I mean, I can't critique the defense there. They're in the hip pocket of that tight end. But these contested catches, these tight ends that can separate with their hands, utilize their body, even when you're covered, you're not.
Has it in close. And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stopped at the 2. In a good spot here, 2nd and inches. Here's the first carry for Jonathan Taylor. And he gets taken down immediately right at the line of scrimmage. It looked like they had it, but nope, no gain, and now they're just inches short for 3rd down. Option give to Taylor. And he gets in, touchdown! The Colts finish off their opening drive. It's a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. For the offense, you gotta love it, Brock. Points to begin the game as he runs it in for an opening drive touchdown.
And you've got one very happy running back right over there on the sideline right now. These backs, they do feel the pressure to find the end zone every single week. It's not easy to do. But to do it this early and get out of the way, big time.
Kicking team out to try the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Colts respond with 7 of their own to tie it here early. The Colts ready to kick this one away, and away we go once more. Hill now to return it. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Now we'll get set to see the Baltimore offense for the 2nd time. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Here's Derrick Henry getting it on the ground. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Making the stop that time, Nick Cross. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
That's what I call a rhythm starter right there. Man, offenses love execution and plays like that on 1st down, Kate, because now that playbook is wide open. All options on the table for 2nd down.
They don't get this snapped in time. This is going to back them up. Everyone was set and at the line. The quarterback just didn't snap it before the play clock hit 0. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Motioning the tight end left. From the gun, Jackson gets this one to Andrews. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks. That's the end of our first quarter. 3 more to go still on Monday night. Both teams neck and neck so far. Back to the bank in just a moment. Back at beginning of the second quarter, Ravens in possession. They'll begin the quarter with 3rd and 2. Henry's going to try to pick it up. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
Okay, you know me, I can't resist. I thought we might have needed the old Gene Steratore index card down there. Making a really close measurement to see if he got the first down or not. But in the end, well, the right call was made. He got just enough to move the chains.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. Motioning one of the tight ends. First down throw for Jackson. Into the hands of Likely. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. They get 13 on the pickup. And that's good for a Ravens first down.
Sure nice to see them looking for their tight ends in the passing game. Such great size to have out there. It really forces defenses to try to find a way to defend them along with everybody else.
Here's Henry on the option. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
I think we got to be careful, and I'll raise my hand of thinking that play was just a nothing burger. Because what can happen from that, Kate, is you put some nice toppings on it. A play-action pass, a shot that comes down the road from what looked like a very plain play.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Running once more with Henry. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Quiddy Pay there to take him down.
You know, Kate, one of the reasons it's so hard to run the ball in the NFL is to move grown men off their spot against their will. You get a run play like that, you've done your job. You've moved them against their will, and you've set yourself up for some later success.
Now Jackson on 3rd down. Escapes out to the left. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Ball at the 33 for first down. They've got a man in motion. And he's tackled for a short gain. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Play action. Here's Jackson. Gets this to Bateman.
You know, Kate, it's almost as if the defense invited him to make that throw. That was a play they knew they could defend, and they stopped it right at the line.
It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. Jackson to throw it. Short throw, tipped. Oh, but he still got it. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. From the red zone now. Buying some time left. And they will score. It's a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens take a second quarter lead. It's a Lamar Jackson touchdown. Wow, great work there by the quarterback. The play broke down, didn't really have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise, and in the end, Brock, the best call he could have made.
Yeah, and you can do it in different ways in today's NFL, right? The Tom Brady's just recently retired. He did it with his brain. He did it with his mind, but you've got to be able to improvise, as you said. You got to be able to create when a play breaks down, and when you can put 6 on the board, man, does that infuse your offensive group with confidence.
That one splits the uprights. And the Ravens break that tie and now lead by 7. The Ravens kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. Has this at the 6. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Colts with their offense out, their second drive coming up. They've got a chance to tie this up here as they trail 14-7. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They put a receiver in motion here left. Taylor gets it to begin the drive. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4. Second and 6 coming up here. Taylor again. And defenders are there to get him at the line. Giving that tackle to Kyle Van Noy. Looks like no gain on 2nd down, and that leads us to 3rd and 6.
Where one defender failed, well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. Now Richardson to throw. He's running for it. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
You know, that's one of those little mental Rolodex plays. Right before the snap, you know if the read isn't there, that option isn't there, you can use your legs to make the adjustment and go get the 1st down.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Shotgun, handoff to Taylor. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. Give him 13 on that play. And it'll be 1st down, Colts.
Now, don't think for a second they're going to slow down the tempo. Defense on their heels. And right now is the best chance to go push that envelope and get aggressive.
That brings us to the 2-minute warning at the Inner Harbor. It's the Colts with a 1st and 10. This time it's a passing play. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete.
With all due respect to some of the great linebackers back in the day, to play the position today, man, you've got to be versatile. You can't just be a come up and stuff the run. You got to play coverage. And these defenses more and more rely on you to break up throws just like that. 2nd
and 10. Again, it's Richardson. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down. First time this game they've looked to him. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. Richardson. Taylor makes the catch. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. Give them 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off. and go hit somebody like they did right there.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Throwing now from the gun. Has it at the 7.
They would sure love to connect on some of these intermediate throws, those chunk throws. Getting a completion like that, well, not only does it spark your offense, but it just sets you up for even more aggressive play calling.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Back to throw. Here's Richardson. Cut near the goal line. Touchdown, Indianapolis. There sure was a lot of trust on that play, Brock, and he proved worthy of it with that end result.
Yeah, good old receiver. Someone who just knows how to get it into the end zone is worth his weight in gold to a QB. And on that throw, there was trust there that he had a shot to find pay dirt.
They'll try this extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Colts tie things up at 14. The Colts ready to kick this one away, and away we go once more. Kickoff taken at the 3. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. The Ravens trotting out their offense. They're getting close to a minute to play, Brock, and they're going to need that time with a long field ahead. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Lamar now from the gun. This finds Likely. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Only one play in, Brock, and this drive already to midfield. 1st down, here's Lamar. Finds him on the crossing route. And they make the tackle at the 38. It's a gain of 12 there. And that'll be 1st down, Baltimore. Clock's still running as the Ravens try hurrying everyone up. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it 2nd down.
Oh, look at those savvy linebackers. They're just right in the middle of everything, aren't they, Kate? And it seems like at times they are the quickest reactions as well. He needed a quick one right there to get a finger on the throw and change its direction.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Lamar throwing again. Bateman hauls it in. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. Now we're going to have a timeout taken by Baltimore. It's 2nd. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. They have themselves another 1st and 10. Jackson's gonna throw again. Connects with Bateman. And that's good for a gain of 5. Zaire Franklin there to make the tackle. Timeout taken by the Ravens. That is their final one. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Jackson yet again. Caught by Flowers. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. We're at halftime here on Monday night. Now we'll send you south to Orlando for a check-in around the league via Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, what you got for us?
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Back to you and Brock in a bit. But first, time for our EA Sports Halftime Report. We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. They're all even to this point. This has the feeling of a game that could go right down to the wire. One mistake or one big play could turn out to be the difference.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our third quarter. Well, we're set up for an incredible second half, all tied as we kick it away here in quarter number 3. Return starts at the 3. And this drive will start inside the 25. Out come the Colts as they've got it to begin the second half. And they could take control of the second half early, Brock, if they break the tie on this opening drive. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Running right, this is Taylor. And he gets it forward to steal about a yard out of that. Tackled on the play by Marlon Humphrey. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9. On the shotgun, it's Richardson. Warren's got it, complete. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Gosh, I really like this receiver on that drag route in particular. Why? Because he's a guy that creates after the catch. They don't close quickly. He could take it to the house.
New set of downs for him at the 38. Taylor gets it on 1st and 10. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
That's a pretty good stop on 1st down. This defense now gets a chance to dictate, and that's what all the great defenses want to do, Kate. They want to dictate it on their terms and not just be reacting to what the offense is always doing.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Shotgun snap now to Richardson. Throw complete to Warren. Decent gain here, but short of the 1st. Here we go, 3rd and less than a yard. From the gun, Taylor. And he fought the good fight there just to make it back to the line. They mark him short there, and the run gains nothing. It's 4th down.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday, but doing the dirty work, playing to run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
Colts going to kick this away now on 4th, and it's Rigoberto Sanchez on for the punt. And he'll bring in this fair catch at the 13. We don't get a return out of that punt. And the Ravens will take over with a lot of field ahead of them. Now the Ravens all set for another possession. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Putting one of the tight ends in motion right. Throwing now on 1st down, it's Jackson. Oh, he's in trouble, and he'll go down. The Colts got him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Wow, it has been such a good day offensively for the guys up front. That's actually the first sack by this defense. And now comes the real question mark. Will it lead to more, or will this offense learn a lesson and get back to the rhythm they've been in protecting?
Offense to the line for 2nd down. And the play clock expires. This is going to cost them half the distance. Must have lost sight of the play clock there, Brock, because the quarterback could have snapped it in time, but instead, they take the penalty. So now a much tougher task here as they come up on 2nd and 20. They'll run here following the penalty. He swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. Quiddy Pay there to take him down. They pick up a single yard, still well behind the sticks for this 3rd down.
As an offense in these situations, Kate, you could feel your own goal line, and you're not going to risk putting the ball in the air. So that means you're going to run it, and you're going to buy whatever breathing room you can.
Jackson now, 3rd and long. Finds a seam down the middle. And he rips off a huge chunk of yardage before finally being brought down.
You throw it in the middle of the field, it's all about anticipation and accuracy. I mean, those are the two keys all the time in my book, Kate. But when you throw it in the middle of the field with all of the traffic, that's where guys with great anticipation and that tremendous accuracy come to life.
New set of downs for him from the 46. First and 10, here's Jackson. Complete Derrick Henry. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
This is one of those plays you're going to see on tape this week, I guarantee it. Not because of the catch, but because of the effort. Lays out and brings in the off-target throw.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. Bails out of the pocket quick. He keeps it and takes off. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line.
Oh, man, those defensive players hate slippery quarterbacks. Near impossible to keep them hedged in or corral them behind the line there. He evades them long enough to turn a potential loss into positive yardage.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Trying down the middle with Henry. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
That's a play that won't pop on the stat sheet, but the players and coaches won't forget about it. I promise you that. Coaches will file that one away the next time they really need to pick up a few yards.
They'll come up 1st and 10. They send a man in motion. 1st down throw for Jackson. Connects on the crosser. And he'll go down here at the 16.
I think the defense is still turned around looking for where the ball is, because that QB and tight ends, they got that ball out in a hurry.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. They put Flowers in motion right. From the gun, Jackson. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Shotgun snap to Jackson. And he finds him in the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens grab the lead on their first series of the half. DeAndre Hopkins, the touchdown. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups, and when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
Now the PAT try coming up. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Ravens break that tie and now lead by 7. The Ravens kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. Return coming from the 6. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Colts offense set to head out. And they're a touchdown back, Brock, as they take over down 21-14. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They give to Taylor, right side. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Stopped by one of the league's best tacklers, Roquan Smith. Give him 5 on that carry, bring it up 2nd and 5. From the 32. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Looking for Michael Pittman Jr. on that throw. And it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. 3rd down from this distance, Brock. That is a spot you expect your offense to convert, but you also expect your defense to make the stop. This time, the defense won out with a nice interception.
Yeah, in that scenario, it's really like an outfielder in baseball, Kate, right? If you're going to go for it, as a defender, if you're going to just pull the trigger and you're going to go for it, you better make it happen, and you better get that pick. Otherwise, you're giving up a 1st down conversion. He gets the pick, and those defensive coaches and that defense celebrating on the sidelines.
New set of downs for him from the 46. They give to Henry on the inside handoff. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Making the stop that time, Nick Cross. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Kate, you really do love those 5-yard gains on 1st down. You know what it kind of feels like? It kind of feels like making pars on the golf course on the par 3s. And now, on the par 5s, you can go let it rip.
Only 1 quarter remains in our final game of the week. That's the end of the 3rd. It's Ravens ball as they try to keep that lead and close out a win. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Short side option here, he's running left. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Not sure if it was a missed assignment on the line, a dominant play on his part, or maybe a little bit of both, Kate, but look at those dudes down there defensively. Man, they are fired up after that stick behind the line.
Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. A tight end in motion now. Didn't get that one off in time. This is going to be a delay of game. Everyone was set and at the line. The quarterback just didn't snap it before the play clock hit 0. Penalty not helping their cause for this 3rd down. Now it's Lamar. Completed to Flowers. And a nice game here, but it stopped short of the 1st.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
4th and 3, drive on the line. Now it's Jackson. He connects downfield on 4. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. That'll be a 20-yard hit on 4th down, Brock, and it keeps this drive moving.
They've run this 12-yard out route, Kate, at the combine, well, all the way back to last century when I had to throw it. In this throw, this is a big boy throw. This is a differentiator. Can you make that deep out throw on time, on rhythm, and accurately? Well, that was teaching tape right there.
On 1st down, Jackson. Andrews with the catch. And they get this down to the 7-yard line. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out.
You'll often hear it said, in my life experience, it's true, the NFL is a game of matchups, so much more than any level. And these tight ends, we see it time and again, are such a matchup nightmare down the field.
Tight end in motion left. They'll run here with Henry. Takes it in for the Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens go up by 2 scores, 13 points in the 4th. Derrick Henry, the touchdown. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
Setting up to try the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Ravens double their lead to 14. The Ravens kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. Brings in the kick at the 9. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Here comes the Colts offense now for another possession. And you know that interception is in the back of their minds as they head back out there now. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. On the counter, it's Taylor. And they're all over him again. He's dropped at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Working from the gun, it's Richardson. Flush down out to his left.
He made something out of that play for them. Everyone's so concerned with defending the pass, they didn't quite keep tabs on what he was doing as a QB, and it gave him just enough room to run.
And the Ravens go in nickel, 3rd down. Here's Richardson. He has the first over the middle. And he's officially in enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49. It's a gain of 22. And it's good for an Indianapolis first down. Throwing now, Richardson. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
You know, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. On target to Downs. And he takes it up and across midfield into Ravens territory. Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Off the play fake. Here's Richardson. Oh, he's going to run for it. And he's able to get this down to the 36. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
You know, before the snap, right before the snap, you may have to take off if the read isn't there. That was a great adjustment made at the perfect time for the first down.
First down, ball at the 36. Richardson now. This one finds Taylor. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
You just got to love that angle route. It's been around a long time, but think about it defensively, Kate. How many times do you see the backs out of the backfield or just run to the flat? The great running backs know how to plant their foot, sell that flat route, break it off to an angle, and break off the first down.
That's complete to Pittman. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. Offense up to the line fast. From the 17. It's caught, Warren. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. That one ends up a gain of 6. And it'll be first down, Colts. Offense in the hurry up here. First down throw here from Richardson. The throw is caught. Oh, he loses the football. And this is picked up by the Ravens. And they stop him before he gets much on the return. Look, we can spin positive here, bro. You take away the ending, and that drive was outstanding. It was everything they were hoping for. Unfortunately, all that work and efforts, it's gone.
Hey, Kate, Cal, how important were those finals?
Pretty important.
Yeah, so was that ball security right there.
Baltimore running its offense out now. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Henry gets it here to start the drive. And he's brought down for a loss. That's the 2-minute warning here from Baltimore. Ravens feeling good with a 14-point advantage. Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Another run for Henry. And he buys him some breathing room with a good run here to the 6. So quickly the defense burns a timeout here. 1:57 remaining in the game. Looking at a tough spot to punt it away if this third down is unsuccessful. Lamar now from the gun. That's caught for the first. Give him 24 on that play. And that's good for a Ravens first down. Here's a give for Henry. And this one doesn't go far. Timeout Indianapolis. That's its second. And they'll have just one left to burn now. Second down now, 7 to go. Here's Henry. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. The Colts take a timeout. That's their last one. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. So now here's 3rd and 5. Running once more with Henry. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Call it 3 yards on the pickup. They're short by just as many now as it brings up 4th down. The Ravens gonna punt this away, and here's Jordan Stout to handle that boot. And something on the return, but not much as it still ends inside the 20. Big kick on that one, 62 yards. And the Colts have a long football field ahead of them on this drive. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap now to Richardson. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Richardson. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete.
I think I could see his eyes from the booth. He was envisioning the return and simply dropped it. You got to secure the pick before anything else.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Looking to throw it. This is reeled in by Pittman. And he'll get it up to the 27.
You know, I don't mind the scheme. In fact, I like the call. Just not on that 3rd down in particular. Need to get it closer to the sticks to have a chance to move those chains.
Colts operating from the hurry-up, rushing back to the line. Desperation time here on 4th. And it falls incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down. With the win in hand, they'll take the knee and let this clock run out.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So it ends as a win for the Ravens. And it's not quite a full game shutout, Brock, but keeping that other side off the board in the second half, that sure went a long way towards securing them this win. Made things a lot easier for everyone else to operate in the closing stages of the game. So for my partner, Brock Heward, and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott, saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody. The Ravens are your winners as we say so long from Baltimore.